Got my hat.
Forgot your hat? Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's 103 degrees. Doing this outside was a dumb idea.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't have enough time to get the camera.
It is what it is.
It's a pretty cool Turtles pinball game you got back there.
Thank you, thank you. It's a fun game.
Is that a hood behind you?
It is. It's signed. So we are Mopar 2017. All the attendees signed that hood back there.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah?
Cool. So I was sharing it to a few places that way we can let some people know we're in here from our side of the world.
Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, the first couple of minutes usually are a hot mess, but then it usually kind of gets into a groove. Oh, we got Shania Twain joining us. Kimberly SS. It's exciting. Super Sport. Super Stance.
I missed her live tonight. I saw that she was going live, and I was like, I can't get on there.
No.
I was racing. What's up, Brandon?
Oh, Moparian. Do you prefer to be tagged under Moparian or WAM?
Either way it goes. Either way is fine.
Trash can.
Personally, it's Moparian, right? But we're talking show. We're doing stuff. So whichever one it goes. So
cool.
This looks like a Bloody Mary, doesn't it? Really thick.
What are you drinking?
It's Trash Can Punch.
Nope.
Made by 903.
Oh, that's what you were showing earlier. Yeah, that's cool.
I always drink crazy beers like that to try them out. Super Sport in the house.
Ooh.
So ready for WAM.
Super ready for WAM.
What's up?
So I've never tuned in, like looked at or seen what it looks like from the YouTube side. I'm sure that me attempting this, trying to see what it looks like, is going to end up creating a really exciting internet adventure for me, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get all these shares in before we officially get rolling. So that way, yeah, we can let people know, and I don't have to be jumping back and forth.
Right. Yeah, I have some nefarious internet out here. Like when I lived in Northern California, it was bad, and I got out here and it's even worse. Like I didn't think it could get worse from Northern California to East Texas, but it did.
Yeah.
So today's Christine's birthday. Happy birthday, Christine.
Happy birthday.
I know with this beer, the more you drink it, the more it's sour. It gets you back here.
Oh, you love those sours.
Woo.
Sheesh.
Yes, Shania, definitely going to overload the dial up.
I know. I'm trying to behave myself, and I'm, per usual, doing a bad job of behaving myself. Always a hot mess. Hot mess. So, Pedro, what is your opinion on vinyl wrap, out of curiosity?
On wraps for the vehicles?
Yeah, like where do you stand on that personally, out of curiosity?
I love them. To be fair, I mean, it gives you the ability to customize and do what you want, right? If you have a theme or something you just kind of want to showcase some artwork or something, then you get to be a little creative, right? So, and we have one on the 07 SRT charger, and that thing has had about 4 or 5 different wraps on it.
Oh,
And
okay.
the one that it has right now is a combination of all of them that's been on the car, or the majority of them. I think there's one we skipped just because we didn't really enjoy the look of it, but yeah, man, it's different for everybody. So, um, I've seen some pretty crazy stuff being put on the wraps, and people going a whole bunch of different ways. But for the most part, I enjoy it. And I've seen so many different variations of different wraps for themed cars or comic books or whatever it is. So people get to go wild with them.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
What's your feeling on Chrome? Are you Chrome or Blackout?
I had my Chrome days, so I'm on both. But if I would choose one now, it would definitely be Blackout, right? So more subtle. But I've had my days where it was Chrome.
We're definitely on the Blackout side.
Yeah.
Some of us.
So Pedro, ask you want to introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are, what you do.
Of course. So Pedro Murillo, aka Moparian or Mr. Moparian if you're on Instagram. Somebody took Moparian, so I had to add the Mr. to it. But yeah, man. So as far as myself, I'm just a enthusiast. I've been in the Mopar game since 2007. Started in the Honda game when it was Fast and the Furious days, and kind of jumped over to the Mopar side. And my buddy at the time was also in the Honda world, and when I saw that he upgraded, he went to a Charger RT. I went to go see what I could do to jump in one myself, and ended up with the SRT Charger at the time. But since then, man, with Car Club DFWLX, with all these different communities like Mopar Octane, with the We Are Mopar show back in the day, with all these different events and things that we've been a part of, has really just kind of increased the level that I'm at personally with the Mopar game. And so that, of course, jumps in with the Dodge side, the Chrysler side, the Jeep side, the Ram side, everything in between, and just kind of getting a love for the vehicles. So the WAM show definitely right now has been such an amazing platform for us to be able to see all these different vehicles and owners and everybody coming together. You get to see a whole bunch of different personalities. So it's pretty intense.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man. And so big ambassador for a whole bunch of different brands. Partnered up with BF Goodrich Tires, with Corsa Performance, with a lot of great brands out there, just to be able to kind of enhance what we were doing in the community, and we've had, of course, a lot of partners with the show. It just kind of takes us farther into the scene, right? So
For sure. Cool. So, just catching up on comments. Shania's here. Kimberly Sam Stewart. Sup, Jake. PAVA Steeler. We are not addressing that tonight. If you would like to talk to Pedro about that at a later time, that is up for him to discuss if he would like to. We're not addressing that tonight. Sup, Chris. We can see your name. David and Randy, hello. Shania, sup, Adam. Nando, sup. Happy birthday, Christine. And then Oriana, hello. Curtis, what's up? Chris, sup. John, what's up? Who else? Where else? Eric Hose, what's up? Andrew, what's up? Sinister's here. Oh, Sinister's gonna be bummed he can't be on what's it called? He can't be at WAM. He's a Chevy guy. Yeah. And then, did I miss anybody?
I don't think so.
I think I got everybody.
Kendra. Hi, Kendra. Thanks for joining, Kendra.
Thanks, Kendra.
No, we remembered you.
Coolios. Oh, yeah.
Kimberly, I was going through the comments. Kimberly, not just reps. We do, or at least personally, on the cars, variety of different parts, right? So whether wheels and especially tires with BF Goodrich or performance parts like with the old school Charger. The Hellcat we had actually stolen in November, and that toy, not too many mods, if you will, but a lot of stuff to like paint correction, the expel protection film all over the car, and just just a variety of different mods just to kind of make it enhanced, if you will, with what we were doing there. But there's so many different options, and from what we see at the show, for example, there's so many different ways of going about it. And very funny thing that happens with a lot of the attendees, they'll come to me and they'll say, "Man, I just spent all this money because I saw all these mods here at the show, and there's the vendors there to be able to take advantage of that, right?" And so you go, be prepared to spend some money while you're there at the event or any other event, because you get to see a whole bunch of different cool ideas and how you could put that together.
For sure. Yeah, I just went to a show a couple of weeks ago, and I had pulled the back badge off my tailgate because I want to get it. I want to get the badge spot shaved because I don't know if you know, on the Rams there's like an indent or it's kind of embossed and then some placement holes, which drives me crazy. But the plan is to get that shaved. Yeah, exactly. So to get it shaved, the whole thing painted, and I was at this show, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's going to be a vendor there you can talk to. He does custom pinstriping." I'm like, "Oh, that'll be cool." So I talked to him, or like I'm hunting for him at the show, and I find him, and he's like going from truck to truck and car to car pinstriping right then and there. I'm like, no. So I'm trying to get ready for WAM for whatever excitingness is there.
Is there many truck vendors there?
Good question. So we have been reaching out specifically to truck vendors and a variety of different vendors that we know will kind of more universal fit or just kind of across the board. But yes, we're hoping to have way more options. And so I'll throw that back in as well. You guys that are the experts, or if you have vendors that you know of in the truck world that you would like to see there, send us a message, and also let them know that you want to see them there. That makes it so much easier for us when we reach out and say, "Hey, by the way, you've been requested." So please, if you guys know of any vendors that are Ram specific or just that you would want to see in general at the show, message us or let me know specifically, and I'll definitely reach out to them so that I can just enhance your experience there.
Eric says Vinyl Rex needs a booth.
Right.
Let's make it happen. So I definitely want to be able to provide you guys with more options, and thankfully we've had a lot of support with vendors in general, and a lot of them are kind of universal, if you will, with options for the Mopar community as a whole. But yeah, man, let's do it. We definitely want to invite more people out, get them set up. That, by the way, this program is super freaking cool. Like, I'm checking out the screen and all the stuff that's going on. I love this thing.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. To answer your question, Andrew, Mopar Brody, man, we had such a great time with him coming out last year, and he was busy the entire freaking day, right? From being at his booth and taking every kind of selfie and video. And so, yes, the invitation has been sent back to Brody. I spoke to him the other day, and we have a call here coming up soon in order to finalize everything with having him out. But yeah, man, I'm hopeful that that we'll be able to bring him out again, and he loved the show, loved everything about being able to connect with the Mopar community. And even though he's been playing around with other toys and buying other cars and all that,
58 now.
yeah. So now he's still a Mopar owner, right? That's what he likes to make sure that people understand that. And I definitely respect that, man. I've been able to go into other worlds and try out different cars, and there's appreciation for all of them. So I completely get it. You got to test out the toys, and you don't know which one you're going to like until you jump in behind the wheel of one. So but yes, man, I'm very excited to bring them back, and hopefully that becomes a normal thing for us as we move forward. And there's a whole bunch of other influencers and ambassadors and things that are about to be announced that I think you guys will be very excited about as well.
That's awesome.
Sweet. Oh, good news. Sinister has a Jeep and a Ram as well. So,
Yes.
all right, Sinister, jump on it.
Andrew said, "Never seen so many dudes freak out over another dude." That's one of those funny things, man. When you see the person, same thing for YouTubers or celebrities as a whole, right? When you see them enough and you really vibe with what they got going on or what messages they put out there, it's pretty neat, man. And so I remember some years past when we did a previous show, man, I was getting attacked for selfies, and I'm like, no, you don't want a photo with me, it's cool, and it's just when they see you enough, they're like, hey man, let's just take in this moment. So it's pretty cool.
I know I deal with that every day. As soon as I leave the house, it's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
We got to take our selfie at the show, so for sure.
Heck yes.
Raminator monster truck. Man, I've reached out to a few people because I know there's different options. I've seen them, and if you got a contact for me on somebody that can have that truck out there, I'd love to talk to them and bring out a big old Raminator or something. I've seen them for other car shows and smaller kind of community gatherings, but in this game, it's sometimes who that has access to the person that owns it, and kind of go from there. So,
For sure.
Kendra wants to know, how's the judging going to be? I remember when we talked before, you said you're doing a lot more for the trucks this year.
Oh, big time, yeah, and we'll definitely jump into that. I think it'll be good to kind of dive into some of those specifics. But great question, Kendra. We have a lot of new judges, so let me just start with saying that we had I think 15 judges that we ended up with for 2021. We are now at 25. And the reason for the increase, and there's even more that we're interacting with to be able to bring out, is because we want that experience. We want to be able to spend more time on the vehicles and see, and possibly even talk to the owners so that they can kind of understand what they're seeing, right? And so as far as experience, there's a lot of our judges that are truck owners that are part of the Ram community, and I even reached out to y'all's club to ask about having guest judges out there to make sure that we're looking specifically at the Rams as well, beyond adding new awards as well to be able to be specific to the Ram community, and also just making sure that we take the time to know what you guys are doing to modify. And so there's so many different realms of modifications and upgrades and things that are specific to the brand. And we've been doing not only our research, but recruiting people to be able to know about these vehicles and judge them fairly. And so team is really lined up for that. We're really excited. WAM will be the main event, will be at Texas Motor Speedway, of course, on Labor Day weekend. And so hopefully you guys will be able to come out and enjoy. We have a pretty big lineup going for that. But yeah, man, so we got a lot of stuff brewing.
So when you and your wife started WAM, did you have any idea that truck community would show up the way it did, or was it more?
Yeah, no, it was a surprise. I'll tell you. You know, we come from the LX side, right? So the Charger, Challenger, Magnum 300 world, right? So in the LX scene, we've definitely been in there and playing there for a while. The Ram side, to me, is like the Jeep world, if you will, in a way that it's its own community, it's its own world, if you will. And one of the biggest things that I know, especially in the Jeep world, is that you can't fake it, man. Like you're either in it or you're not, and you're either a part of that world or you're not. And so, you know, when I looked at the Jeeps, for example, there was this big program of the off-road world, right, that they're a part of, and of course they're wanting to jump into the on road, which is cars and everything in between. So therefore, Wham Show, you know, big sponsor. But I remember jumping into the Jeep world, and I'm like, man, you can't fake this. You either are in it or you're not. And so same thing with the trucks. You know, when I look at the trucks and you're in that world and you're looking at modifications or all these different details, you have to know what you're going after, what you're looking for. And so we've been blessed to have owners that actually understand it and that can relate to you guys and that can jump in. And, you know, even for us, you know, we want to learn a little bit more for it. And we've been doing what we can to be able to enhance y'all's experience. But no, man, I had no idea that was coming. You know, it's a big deal. And to see the Ram takeover at the Wham show last year was incredible. And so being able to interact with everybody and just being able to see the love and passion you guys have for your trucks has been great. And so I'll use an example here because she's in here, Oriana, really good friend of ours, and she's the same thing. She comes from the LX world. She's built some amazing 300s and been featured at SEMA and won some really great awards with Chrysler and all these really great things. And just recently, she upgraded to the TRX, right? And so she went from her 300 to TRX, and I've seen a completely different side of her of being able to enjoy that truck. And so, you know, from hiking and taking it different places, from customizing it, and you see a whole different variety of mods that she would have done to her 300, for example, that are not being done to the TRX, but that are very specific to that brand, and obviously very different in the way because she has her own style. But man, I love them, and so, you know, I've looked at getting our own Ram, and I've looked at doing our own build on that, and hopefully that'll come soon because, man, I need something to be able to pull around all this equipment for the show, you know. And so so hopefully we'll have our own here soon. But definitely, man, it's allows you to have your own appreciation for the builds and the vehicles. And as far as the show goes, we love it. You know, we love to support. I forget who's on here, but I'll see his name here in a second. I think it's Sean. You know, we have been talking through Facebook, I believe, about, you know, special perks for the Ram community or the club specifically because of the amount of support. And, you know, you guys are at the top of the list when it comes to the car clubs that are coming to the show. And man, we love it. You know, it's definitely a big shift, but I don't see it as a negative thing. We see it as a positive deal because with the Mopar brand, it isn't just Chargers and Challengers, even though obviously that's going to be, you know, something that you're going to see a lot of because, man, that, you know, same thing with the Rams, that's what's selling, right? So you're going to see a lot of that and a lot of passion, regardless of whether you're talking Dodge or Chrysler or Ram or Jeep, so or beyond, right? Because there's a lot of other brands that fall in the Mopar world that are a part of it.
Yeah, I know
For
out here
sure.
in California, a lot of car shows, and we get a lot of sideways looks when we pull in.
Sure.
Like, are not used to seeing fourth gen Rams come into a car show with the '69 Camaro or something. definitely. We got a ways to go.
Right. No, I understand it, man. You know, when I jumped into the Mopar world, and like I said, 2007, you know, this whole new line of Mopars were coming. The Magnum dropped, the Charger dropped, all these things, and to the world it was a whole new thing. And so when we would show up to car shows, there'd be no classes for us. There would be no kind of accommodations for that world. And now it's a very, you know, common thing, of course, but back then it was a big deal. And so same thing I understand with different brands or different events you go to. Sometimes you just feel like you're not welcome, you know, or that they're not focused on you. And we've actually gotten some of that feedback even recently, as far as a few weeks back, with people saying, hey, we're seeing too many Chargers on your videos. We're seeing too many Challengers. Where the trucks at? And so one of the craziest things that happened to us last year with being able to host the show is that almost every single one of our videographers or photographers that we had lined up for the show, they couldn't make it. And so we were, you know, kind of devastated, obviously, because we're trying to capture so that we can show you guys what is going on at the show, especially with the Ram scene coming. And so we were trying to gather as much content as possible, being that the people that we know we can direct and say, hey, we need this and that, they weren't there. And so there was a lot of talented individuals out there. And thankfully, we've been able to kind of source some content and information. But, you know, that's a big focus for this year, just FYI, is double down on everything. Team members, media, photographers, videographers. Jesse, my nephew, Lens Ready on Instagram, is leading up that charge because we understand how important that is. And so we want to make sure that we're covering content or providing content that shows you guys exactly what you're going to experience at the show, and to be, you know, spotlighting not only the Ram community, but everybody as a whole. So, so big deal that we're doing, man. I love that. And Shayna, I think that's how you say the last name or your first name. Sorry. She was saying she's bringing her farm truck, and it's not the prettiest, but she's proud of it, right? That's one of those cool things about the show, is that whether you're stock, whether it's a daily driver or a farm truck, like you said, to us, it's really an owner's event. And that's what it's been as far as the focus. So, you know, this thing is for you, whether you come and drive in through the tunnel and experience the show, or you're participating in it, whether it be in the car show, whether it be on autocross, whether it be on doing the laps. The event's for you, and whether that's you know, a fresh car show build or just that daily driver, you know, if you're Mopar, this show is for you. And so, you know, as far as special parking, Sean, that was you that I remember talking to. So last year, believe it or not, that parking area where we set you guys up, it actually was reserved. And so we worked with the team leads that were reaching out at the time to kind of secure a big enough area that you guys could take over. And so I'm going to reach back out to them to verify what worked or what's going on. And by the way, there's another feature that's going on in that area, which is going to be our burnout contest. So we have to make sure that we outline everything and position that well for you guys. So yes, the answer is yes. We would love to set you guys up with special parking. Usually we say no. And let me tell you why. Is that instead of brands separating, right, and it be the Rams over here, the Chryslers over here, the Dodges over here, we like everybody combined. And so that everybody gets to kind of know each other and kind of interact. And it's like when back in school, when they used to separate you from your best friends and you're like, no, you got to talk to somebody else kind of thing. But we understand, you know, as far as clubs and people that are traveling together, you know, you're showing up to this event, you want to park next to your friends. And so, you know, we're definitely lining up some things in order for you guys to be able to do that. And so we'll definitely take care of you guys as you're putting in the effort to come to the show. So,
Awesome. I know that there's there've been a lot of comments. One of them, I figure I think you've hit just about all of them. about the Friday night lights location, if it's been secured. I know at first I went in and I was trying to go up to the top and I had to stop and get out and take my flag off. And then I realized that no trucks were trying to go up to the second level. I was like, oh, I must be a trailblazer trying to get up here, and realized why nobody else was going up. I was like, oh, I'm about to run out of room. So I turned around and went back down. That outside area was absolutely stellar. We're really hoping that we can snag that again.
Perfect.
I may try and make it up to that top level, but my tire's a little bit bigger than last year, so I don't know if I'm going to make it. We'll see. I was really tempted to sign up for that burnout pit as well, but I have very questionable tires right now, and I can't afford a new set because I know those will blow out by the time I get back home.
Well, hopefully we'll have some Rams participating in that too, right? In the burnout contest, because that's going to be a fun new thing that we're going to test out. And we already have dozens and dozens of entries for that. So it's definitely going to be something fun to watch. As far as the Friday Night Lights location, yes, that's been secured. It's been, an awesome location. And, we actually looked at multiple options for this round, but we were definitely invited back. And so we have that area, basically what you experienced last time. And I would love to figure out a way, obviously, to bring the trucks up to the top floor, because I know it's a fun area. But obviously there's limitations with that, right? With the size and everything. But yeah, man, we have a little bit of a fun change for that as well. We moved it an hour later, so it'll be at 6 p.m. versus 5 p.m. So it'll go longer. The heat will hopefully play nice with us even in the nighttime. And then also, we will no longer have registration at Friday Night Lights. And let me tell you why that is. And so part of the chaotic things that were going on is that the moment that our tables are set up, we no longer have time to get rolling. Right? Yeah, you saw it if you were there. It
was a mess.
Exactly the right way to describe it. Even though it was controlled chaos for us, if you will, it still wasn't the right presentation, if you will, of what we wanted. And so there was things that would go wrong because there's so much happening and people are looking at the lines and all these things. So here's what's going to happen. And this is something we haven't even announced yet, is that registration will be happening all day Friday at the host hotel. Same place that you'll be able to go to on Saturday morning to go pick up your stuff if you didn't pick it up on Friday. And so the reason for that is not only for the heat aspect of it, a lot of happier people when they're not burning under the sun in line, but it'll be controlled for us to be able to make sure we take care of the individual. And some of the issues that ended up happening was because of all the lines and all these things that were going on, people weren't getting their goodie bags or their giveaways and all these different things. And when I saw at the end of the show we had still things left over, I was like, no, something wasn't right here. And so for us, we're okay with admitting that. It's not always going to go 100%, but we're going to learn and shift. And so one of the new things we're doing to be able to accommodate everybody the right way is to be able to control it in a certain area like we do on event weekend, on event day, which is going to be such a better experience for you guys. So a quick little stop right down the road, but you guys are going to be able to take advantage of that. And so when you show up to Friday Night Lights, you're hanging out. You're seeing the vendors. You've already got all your stuff. You can show off your lanyards, your badges, all that cool stuff if you've already picked it up. If not, you'll have a lot of time in the morning, Saturday morning, to be able to go do that, because we are also a night show this round for the Texas Motor Speedway. So a lot of cool things going on for that, and really exciting stuff. So
definitely. Addressing some of the comments, yes, an eco diesel can do a burnout. I do it every time I leave Rudy's. I don't know if airing out the tires will help the situation. They are absolute crap tires that are like Walmart brand, so that's not going to help my situation. Somebody asked, is there a difference between WAM and We Are Mopar? And then a couple of people asking for clarification on which host hotel. Is it both hotels or just one? Let me see. Sorry, I'm like speed reading here.
You're good.
Yeah, it's
So as far as the hotel, we have two. And so the Marriott Champion Circle is right across the street from Texas Motor Speedway. And that actually has already sold out. Every single one of those rooms is gone. And so, part of the experience that you get with being at the host hotel is that you never leave WAM, if you will, right? From the moment that you check in for event weekend, you're going to be able to be in the world of Mopar. And so you'll be able to jump in and be a part of that experience, and you just never leave. And so we have two different hotels that we've already set up. We're in discussions with a third hotel because we're about to sell out our second one. And so there's different perks that go with them if you are in the host hotel, and you'll be able to get different key cards and special parking, and of course everybody worried about security and all these different things that are going on when you're on event weekend. And so that's a big deal. And so we want to make sure that you guys get that crazy experience, the fun experience, and that you guys are a part of just all the fun. So yeah,
For
so
sure.
definitely something exciting. You guys definitely need to jump on the website and secure your host hotel if you already haven't, because that's going to be something that's going to be unique. And did you guys stay at the hotel last time, by the way?
I stayed. Well, I think I mentioned this on the phone the other night. By the time I got on board with going to WAM, it was like July. I think I bought my stuff, and the hotels. I mean, you saw they're just. And even this year, I think I booked my hotel like 3 or 4 days after the tickets initially went on. And one hotel, I don't remember which one, was already sold out. The other one, they only had like a couple of rooms left. I called and I was like, I need a room stat and whatnot. So last year, no, I booked some other hotel. It was really nice because it was right by Friday Night Lights, and
Nice.
I like booked the cheapest room, and it ended up being pert near a suite, and it was actually really cheap. I was like, I scored, but
Upgraded.
I did snag a room this year. I don't know where I'm staying. I'm hoping I can just find it in my emails when the time comes.
Yeah, you get it. So you should definitely get confirmation on your reservation. But I'll tell you what. And by the way, one of the questions is, can you do registration at both hotels? And we're actually going to limit it to Champion Circle right across the street from TMS, because we will be fully set up for that weekend, and we don't really have two different teams that could be on both sides, right? And so we don't want to split up goodie bags and first 500s. We don't want to split up all these different things that you're gonna request and then have to run back and forth between hotels. So unfortunately, it has to be limited to one, which will be the Champion Circle. But you'll be able to access very quickly. There's even a door that you don't even have to walk into the main part of the hotel. You'll go to the side and you'll pick up your stuff and get out of there. The show website is whamshow.com, which is where the hotels are listed right now. So you'll be able to jump on there and choose Westlake, which is the one that is available. And by the way, Westlake is a favorite for me. That was the first hotel that we actually set up, and man, that place is gorgeous. Both of them are beautiful. Both of them are actually pretty expensive on a normal basis, but we were able to bring them down to some really great rates comparing to other locations around there, and you get not only the value, but you get all the perks that go along with it. So really cool thing about the host hotels. But yeah, definitely make sure that you stop by Champion Circle. As far as the hours, that is a question for the wifey, and I will have a schedule here posted up for you guys very soon. That way you can plan your entire weekend. But Friday will definitely be almost an all-day deal. Saturday all morning kind of thing, all the way to the obviously starting the show and giving you some hours even after we get rolling. So you'll definitely have a lot of time to be able to pick up your stuff. You won't be in a rush.
For
I like
sure.
super question. When is WAM gonna be mobile? When are you gonna travel?
Yes.
That is a big question, right? And so man, there's so many answers to that, or so many ways we can go about it. The answer is we hope soon. We hope to be able to provide everybody different experiences. And honestly, if it wasn't for this pandemic, if it wasn't for that, there was already different things in motion to be able to give you guys those opportunities. And so, but it takes a lot of work, guys. I mean, WAM Show is, I'll tell you at this point, it's primarily my wife and nephew, right? And so, I'm the marketing guy running around telling you guys and creating cool posts and stuff. But, my wife is full time at her job and is full time at the show, And so when you throw in multiple locations, multiple events, multiple things, it just kind of changes everything. So as far as what we're focused on right now, that's a Texas show. And so we are trying to change up some things for giving you better climates and better heat experiences. And yes, we say it's the hottest show in Texas, but it's not just for
Literally.
being the coolest one. Yeah, it's definitely a literal thing. And so no, we're definitely trying to enhance that. And part of what I've been doing personally, to be fair, is also taking part in other events, and we just came back from Keys to the City in Atlanta, and an attendee of the WAM show is the host that does that event, and we went out there as guest judges to be able to support and show our love for the for that community. And man, we loved it. So if there's things that we could be a part of, or that you guys want to invite us to, we definitely want to be a part of it. As far as providing the kind of experience that we do at WAM, that's a unique thing because it's so much work, right? And so, we've been at other events or talked to so many owners, and they've told us like, hey, this is special to us because of what we get to experience. And people will hit their vacation time and everything that they're doing to come across to attend the show because of the type of experience they get.
For sure.
So yeah, so the answer is hopefully soon. Hopefully you guys will get a different experience. There are a few different projects we're working on that we hope to inform you guys about, and hopefully it'll be as successful as what we have for WAM. And so we're bringing in different elements, and we want a racing program. We want a pit area for people to do some crazy fun burnouts and drifting and all these fun things. So we want to be able to give you guys that experience. So
For sure.
yeah.
I like in Daytona Speedway. That'd
It'd be a fun one too. It is humid, so but I know some buddies that have done some shows there, and definitely a fun thing, especially just because of the name, right? So
Right. Yeah. I know you just mentioned. Oh,
point.
sorry. Sorry. Go ahead, Nate. You cut out on my end. So say again.
In NorCal, in Finian. I don't even know what it's called anymore.
Yeah, I know. I had there was a small group of us that did the autocross last year. I think I kept messaging you through Instagram, or whoever runs the WAM Instagram page.
yeah.
About the autocross, and I was kind of being a little bit of a liaison for a group of us. And I know I mentioned it when we spoke on the phone on Monday, And that night, the conglomerate messaged me and was like, "Okay, you better tell Pedro that there had better be some autocross or we're going to storm out." And I was like, "Don't worry." He said, "If it's in line, it rolls."
Yeah.
And they're like, "You better." There was a lot of very, very excited people Monday night after I told them. It was Monday or Tuesday, but
Yeah, no, I love the autocross portion, man. It's it brings in such a different element for the show, and beyond what you get to experience, even as you're walking by or hanging out off site from that area, hearing those tires and those cars take off, and whether you're hearing the cars from the oval there at the speedway or the autocross area, or them just starting and moving or whatever, there's just those beautiful sounds from these Mopars are just addicting. So but yes, we have enhanced the autocross side of WAM, and we are working with not only BF Goodrich tires, but with the team out of Lerdahl Racing, and so many other people as well that are jumping on, Ellsworth Racing, all these guys that have been in this world for years and years, that again, we're coming to them to get their experience and to get their feedback and to get what is going on. Same thing when we discussed your experience from last year. We're taking that information and making sure that we have those discussions to make it to where it's a positive experience again. And so I want you guys to be able to jump over there and go as many times as you want, and it's a free activity too. So whether you're waiting in line to jump into the Vipers or the Challenger, and I hope to have a Ram truck in the future that is autocross set up or that wants to do that rides. What was that?
Oriana's got one. I bet she'll let you use it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so Oriana can jump in and give some rides, but yeah, just being able to grow for that would be cool. And so being able to kind of set that up is a great thing. As far as the thrill rider, if you will, or with you jumping in, and these guys are pros. I've jumped into these cars and they know how to drive them. And they will definitely show you the difference with what riding on those BF Goodrich tires will do for you. But you also get to drive your own at no additional cost to the event. And so jump in the car, try it out, go slow the first time, don't go crazy if you're not sure what you're doing, but then once you get a little comfortable, take it a little faster. And it is timed, so you'll at least be able to know what you're doing and what you've been able to accomplish. And so I have a discussion with the team here soon that will allow us to enhance that too, maybe grow the track, because we only use half of it, and so we're looking at maybe giving that that full track experience and seeing what that is. And to switch gears here, because you have this whole thing in front of my face, oval. So yes, on Laps for Vets, one of the biggest things that we requested is making sure that we can get to go faster, right? And so when you go to Last for Charity or any of the other events that they host that are similar to what we're doing, it is slow speeds. And you can imagine why, right? Everybody wants to go Ricky Bobby mode, and some people do not understand that track, it will turn you very quickly. And so, if you've hit those curves, if you've hit that bank, I remember the first time that I got on there, I thought I was Ricky Bobby, and I hit the sucker and I slowed down and I hit that turn and I got scared. And I'm not afraid to admit that, right? But then also when people mess up or they don't follow the rules, the pace car will slow it down because they're scared of what might happen when people are passing cars or whatever. And then you end up parked on the track, which sucks. We understand that. And so part of the things was that we are going faster if everybody follows the rules, and that we will give you guys the experience to be able to hit some speeds on there that you would normally not hit. And so you just have to be able to understand that you have to follow the rules and have some fun. And so as far as it's another question, the group of Rams, right? Having all the Rams go together. What awesome video and photos that would be, right? And so here's another change that you guys get to know about first because we're talking about it here. And by the way, I think this
Ladies
is
and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The Briggs and
exactly.
Jennings Show. Tell the world they're getting sneak peeks on the Briggs and Jennings Show.
We're dropping so many gems up in here, guys. You guys just don't know. But man, I haven't done a live video in I think years, guys. So it's been a while since I've done something like this. And so let me drop another gem. If you were at WAM show last year, you know that if you did the laps feature, you got a little ticket that said this is when you go, right? And so you had to go over there at that time after you finish your driver's meeting that is required. And so now for this round, we are working to do away with the time slots. But if you have that wristband and you paid for your laps ticket, you'll be able to gather up your friends and say, let's go now. Right. And so if you're on a chat or something with them, you gather up your Ram trucks and you go. But it is going to be very, very difficult for us to try to organize that in the middle of the show to get a group going because it's pretty much if it lines up, it's going. Right. And so there are different ways of doing that. But I'll tell you the fastest and best way that you can do that for yourself is to make sure that your group has their tickets, that you say, hey, we're either going to do this in the first part of the show or in the last part and drive over there. And you will be lined up with your group and communicate that to our team that's over there too. You can say, hey, we want the Rams to go together. They could put you in the line to wait together and then let you go. Right. So that'll be fun too, and I'd love to capture all that too. So we will have team members that are on our media team that will ask to jump into vehicles as well. That way we capture everything in that moment and get you guys some badass photos and videos, and we'll have everybody on the watchtowers and all these fun things. But make sure that you guys are on the lookout for our media team so they can jump in there and get you guys some really cool content for that activity.
For sure. So I don't know, Pedro, if you saw this comment. There's a bit of an inside joke about me and my eco turd, so just disregard that one.
Yeah, no,
I have a reputation.
I'll tell you, I'm not sure the backstory on that joke, but there are some vehicles that say are classic cars. Some of them can't get up there to those speeds, or some people, I'll tell you, get very intimidated the moment they start hitting that track. It's happened time and time again. So obviously the rule is not to pass, and to make sure that you follow the cars. But if somebody stops, get away. Get away from their area and make sure that you're safe, right, at the same way. But yeah. So and as far as who could jump on there, if you buy a ticket and you got a Ram, or if you got a Ram, but if you have a Mopar in the show, as long as you have a driver's license and you got a seatbelt, you'll be able to drive that vehicle on the track. And so, one of the questions I saw earlier was what the charity's for, right? And who the charity is. And so the charity is the Homeless Veteran Services of Dallas. And so we tried to choose a charity we wanted to partner up with. The charity has been such a great partner to us, and we've seen the impact that the donation has had for them. And they will be at the show with veterans as well. So one of the cool things that even happened last year is that they brought a lot of the veterans that they work with, and they asked who wanted to allow them in those vehicles. And so they will be right there at the gate, so that if you got an extra seat or if you got something to allow them to go on, you can let one of the veterans jump in and experience that with you. So Yeah, so it's just a really great thing, and so we've been able to do that, and we have a lot of other charities that are on site, of course, on event weekend that are talking to you about different services that they offer, whether it's for veterans or kind of just in general. So all these charities we allow in at no cost, and they're out there just kind of making sure that awareness is out there for them. So we definitely want to do our part with this platform that we have, and we thought veterans is the best way to go.
For sure. For sure.
Or it might not be a question, but my buddy's a real estate agent out here in California, and since you're working with the homeless veterans, it might be kind of cool to get someone there that knows uh, real estate for the veterans, because he was telling me the biggest problem with veterans getting into housing, a lot of realtors won't work with them because they know they're going with the VA loan and they don't think they have money for closing costs and stuff like that.
Right.
So he kind of specializes in that. So that might be a cool idea to get someone out there to.
Yeah.
I thought about that because real estate agents, they see when you're doing a VA loan, they don't think you have any money for the back end. And so they don't think it's a very safe deal.
Right.
A lot of
No, I
veterans
agree. Well, if you can link me up with your buddy, I can ask him some questions. Actually, I just saw the emoji. Oriana is actually a great resource because she's a real estate agent as well. So that would be great for people if they have questions. But as far as setting up a booth and being at the booth, I think she's gonna be out having a lot of fun, with judging and then jumping on the track and doing stuff. But man, that'd be great. I think the more information that we can have out there for people that are looking or that can help them on their journey, I mean that's part of what we're trying to do, and the latch feature is just a great thing that we thought would be the best route of going with trying to help out a charity. And so, we have so many, not just supporters, but veterans that are Mopar owners that are attending the event. And so we know how special that is, and we want to do that and give back. And so, as far as passengers, I saw a question about whether you can have passengers on the laps. Yeah, so obviously there's a spectator fee to enter the venue, right? And all that jazz to be able to get inside. But once you're inside, if you have a seat and it has a seat belt, you can pack in the vehicle, right? So you can throw in as many people that can fit, even of course if they didn't buy a ticket for their own laps or whatever. Now, when you buy the ticket for the laps, you are the one that has to pick up the ticket if you're the driver. So if you have the vehicle but you want the wifey to drive or a spouse or whatever, then make sure that person comes with you to pick up those tickets, especially for the laps. Because what's going to happen is that when you sign the waiver that TMS makes a sign for that feature, you will also be given the wristband that you have to put on your person at that moment. And that person with the wristband will be the one allowed to drive up to that area and be able to do the laps, right? And so the laps are 3 rounds around the oval. And anybody else that's in the car, the only requirement is to have that seatbelt on the vehicle, right? And so that's of course just for safety. Now, with the same aspect on that, the kids cannot be in a car seat, right? So if you have little babies, unfortunately, they have these big rules about car seats. You might be able to slide through on that, but they have told us that is a big problem and concern for them. So not a rule that we put on there, but I definitely understand the safety concern for it. And so car seats or kiddos in there, that is definitely a big problem with that. But anybody else, if they can jump in and strap on with that seatbelt, you're good to go. As far as registrations, yes, you are able to transfer it for another vehicle. As long as it's a Mopar, you will not have a problem picking up your registration. You don't even have to change the details on the ticket itself, right? But you can email info@whamshow.com and have that updated if you just want to make sure you're 100% there. And so a lot of people will be slick. I'll tell you, this has happened just because we're on the topic. People will change or register a Mopar and then try to show up with a Mustang, right? Or show up with something else. And at the gates, we have our people that know what a Mopar is. And so if you try to show up, even if you paid for that ticket, you will be shown right behind you, which is where spectator parking is at. So, but if it's a Mopar, you're set to go. You won't have a problem there, and you'll be able to drive in and enjoy the show, regardless of which Mopar you have.
For sure. There was a question earlier. Who asked it? So Kimberly SS. Yes, I will do some live feed, not to ARC, just to the show page. It'll be basically, I will broadcast as much as I can. So like turn your notifications on for the page. Last year I had a phone that was a week old and I was going around trying to get Instagram tags and stop it. I'm sorry about the dogs. I was trying to go around and get Instagram tags and it was so hot that my week old phone overheated. I had to get into the truck and put it in front of the AC vent to cool it down. So we'll see, as long as the phone holds up and as long as I haven't collapsed, I will try to broadcast as much as possible. Obviously, it does burn through the battery really quickly and heat the phone up, but I will do it as much as I can.
So one thing to add to that, though, is that whether you got a brand new phone or older one, when you are at the speedway, man, that thing is such a difficult thing to get service. Not only because there's thousands of people there, but it's just those banks and that infield is a tough one. And so we have tried to be able to bring in towers, and elevate that signal, and didn't work. So so it's really hard, but definitely capture video, right? And capture what you want to be able to showcase it after, or to be able to post directly. But unfortunately for us, we've tried where we wanted to live stream everything for individuals that weren't able to make it, or just to kind of show off what's going on. It's a tough thing to do. So so you might capture a signal there, here and there, but it definitely won't be consistent.
Yeah, I seem to recall. Granted, I was like a kid in a candy store, so I had a really hard time keeping a single straight thought focused. But it was, I didn't have a problem with the service. I had a problem with the heat. My phone got superheated super fast. Like my goal was, I'm going to start at one end of WAM and make it all the way to the other end. And I'm going to follow every single one of these accounts. Every single Instagram tag I found, I was going to follow it. Well, I made it through about 6 cars and I started having, like, I could feel my phone through the case and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is bad news. So I was like, okay, we're going to have to be strategic about this. So I just started going like click, 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 click every Instagram. And it still crashed. Yeah, Jesse said it's because it was 9,000 degrees, and it was, most definitely.
Yeah.
Not an exaggeration. But I eventually, like, I hit my remote start from across the parking lot wherever I got, and by the time I got back to the truck, the AC had gotten cool. I just held my phone in front of there. So, I mean, for me, I don't seem to recall having a service problem, so I'll try to broadcast, but it just depends on the heat and battery, and my mom's actually watching this. I think she's offering me her battery pack. Hi, Mom.
But yeah, no, it definitely was, super hot. It's just, I'll tell you this. We're Texans. Yeah, well, I'm a Texan, but I don't like the heat, guys. I'm not trying to make y'all suffer. And after what happened with this pandemic, you can imagine the amount of rescheduled events and things that just kind of stopped for a year or two, and now we're trying to catch up, right? And so we're definitely limited with not only location, because if we're talking here in where we're at, there's no other venue that comes close to Texas Motor Speedway, and that's just a fact. And so, plus it allows us with the experiences we provide and all that. But beyond that, scheduling is a big thing right now, and trying to find dates that work has always been a challenge, but even more so right now. And so we're working on things to be able to make sure that we're no longer, burning up in the heat, and that you're not 10 times darker by the time you leave the show, and hence it being a night show, right? And so we're definitely looking at other time frames and other dates and all these different things to be able to make it easier, especially for our out-of-towners. I just came from Atlanta, and the number one thing after they mentioned that it was the best show they've ever attended was, but it was hot, and so I don't quite enjoy that response right after every single, discussion or whatever, but man, it's Texas. I can't help that either. But yeah, no,
it's Texas. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Eric, Circuit of Americas, man, I have not been to that location. Hear amazing things, and again, it gives you a whole different experience on the venue. So I definitely have to go check it out. I've heard a lot of great things. I just haven't been able to make it out there. Kendra asked, can you add laps and show? Yes. So as long as you use the same email address that you use to register your vehicle, it will be linked together so that you can purchase additional activities. And so, yeah, go back in there and add them. The laps were 60% sold out, and we haven't even completed week 3 of launch. The car show was at 52% before I jumped on here. And I know there's tickets that are still coming in from promos and stuff that we've done. So once they sell out, that is it. You'll have to find them from somebody that either can't make it or that just doesn't want to jump on anymore. But that's a very hard thing to do because everybody wants to jump onto those laps. And I can't tell you how many individuals will be at the event and see what's going on, whether the autocross or the laps, and automatically say, how can I jump on that, right? And unfortunately, by the time the event happens, you can't, at least not for the laps or the car show. And so definitely take advantage of that early and make sure that you're all set up. Thank you, Kendra, for signing up for that. That's really really cool. I'm excited for you to experience that.
Yeah. I was one of those guys last year that saw the laps going on. Like I registered, I was like, I'm not going to pay for anything else. And I got there, I was like, son of a bitch. I totally missed out. So this year I was like, I'm registering for everything. And then I saw the burnout pit and I went, yeah, tires. No, not the tires, not this time.
No, I love it. So yeah, so guys, just to kind of roll back around with the show, there's so much more that we could talk about when it comes to Moparian and Mopar Octane and all these things. But today has definitely been a WAM show kind of chat. But let me tell y'all, with the experience that we've prepped for you guys, is definitely unique. And I've been, again, to so many different events, and every one of them has its own experience and fun that you get to be a part of. And because of that experience of the years and years that we've taken to be a part of other events, we've created this unique experience for you guys. And so we've added on 3 days of activities now. You get to start it off with that Friday Night Lights at the garage, which, by the way, is my favorite part of the entire weekend, right? If we ended it with just Friday Night Lights, I'd be happy, but it just starts there. And whether you're doing Friday Night Lights or the hotel activities or Saturday over at the track at Texas Motor Speedway, which, by the way, is the Great American Speedway, as they call it. You get to do the car show, whether it's just hanging out and meeting people, whether it's engaging with other vendors, whether it's to do the car show itself, whether it's the autocross, whether it's the laps for vets, whether it's the Mopar cruise on Sunday, whether it's the food vendors or everything in between. There's just so much to do and so much to take part of. And if you guys have the time this Labor Day weekend, we are going to have a great time in Texas. We're going to have a great time as a Mopar community. You will see thousands upon thousands of vehicles, whether it's classic or modern, stock or modified, Dodge Challenger, Charger, Ram, Jeep, and everything you can imagine that will be at the show. And you have our personal invitation to take part in it. And so we're doing this for you guys, and we love, you know, having the community come out. And again, the Ram community coming out in force has been such a great thing, and such a really cool and exciting deal that we're hopeful will continue as we move forward. And so, you know, as the experiences enhances and as we do more, we want to make sure that you guys truly understand that this is your show. And so, even for the darts, you're right, man. You know, those guys, I swear, you know, they've gotten some heat for those toys, you know, and for us, we are Mopar owners. We've even, you know, invited Fiat owners to come out. They don't have their own show. And so I'll tell you, fun piece that I'll end this piece of it with is that, you know, again, I was just in Atlanta, and I can't tell you how many Camaro owners, how many Ford owners, how many other models, other brands would come up to us and say, why not us, right? We want to experience this thing that you guys have created, and we want to be a part of it, and why can't we? And so while we are catering to the Mopar community, exactly, Mopar, baby,
Mopar, baby.
you know, the experience is unique. And so, you know, with that being said, take advantage of it for you guys, and make sure that you guys are taking part in the show. As far as the WAM show itself, this is technically second round. So this is second annual for us on the WAM show. Before, you guys might have known, Hood in the background, 2016 there was a We Are Mopar show that ended in 2018, and past the pandemic and all these different things, WAM show was created.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
so no, there's still many more years to come, and so much experience and feedback that we've received from our time doing events that we want to share and enhance everybody's experience within the community. So hopefully you guys get to enjoy it, and we will have some fun together come this Labor Day weekend.
For sure. It's, if you haven't bought your tickets yet, it's so good. I went to Friday Night Lights, and then Saturday morning as I was coming, I tried to call my wife in the tunnel. That didn't happen. By the time I got out of the tunnel, I was calling my wife and I said, I want you to know that every year anything that we do comes second to WAM. I just want you to know that WAM happens. If we have a child, tell them to either come early or come late, because WAM is happening. If we have to give birth in the middle of Texas Motor Speedway, that's where it's going to happen, because WAM is happening, and it's good. It is that fantastic. So if you haven't bought your tickets yet, budget for it. You know, forsake your cruise, forsake your whatever. You know, whatever you got to do, make it happen, and we'll try to broadcast. We'll see what happens.
Well, we definitely have EMS there for you if that ever happens, where you need to have a child there at the show.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So I'll take care of that for you. Don't worry. But yeah, we definitely need to you know, for if that happens, you let me know. We'll go from there. But appreciate you, man. That's a beautiful thing to say, and again, you know, it means a lot to us with being able to provide that experience and knowing that there are so many owners that get that kind of experience, and it's a very positive thing for them. So beyond the community coming together, or the charity that we're helping, or just the fun that we're having, it's special. So
for sure. Awesome. Whew.
I think we're all caught up on.
I think we're caught up on comments.
Yeah.
I think we did it. Well done, Pedro. You caught up on the comments.
I definitely thank you guys so much for inviting me out, man. It's been a fun experience, and I'm excited. You know, we were brainstorming some cool ideas that I'm not sure whether we want to share right now or teach people, but I am excited about having you guys coming out to the show and being a part of it in different ways. But really, the invitation goes for anybody that's out there that has experience not only in the RAM community but just in general. We love to learn. We love to get feedback from people, and so if there's something that you were looking for in an event, reach out. You know, maybe there's something that we can do. There's a lot of experiences and features that we haven't even announced yet that are coming out to the show, and that you are the person that we're focused on making sure that you experience it. You know, so I'm excited for what the future brings, and our family, my wife and Jesse, and all of our team are excited to host you guys and everybody that wants to come out. And come Labor Day weekend, we will be hot together, but with some shade, right? And so a fun part of what you guys haven't experienced yet, if you haven't been to TMS at night, is that when that oval lights up and when the spotlights are going and all these things that we have prepared, it really just changes that environment. And so you are going to have a completely different version of WAM than what you experienced last year. And so, you know, those type of things that change it up so much is just a really fun thing to be a part of, especially when you plan on attending it for years, you know? So,
For sure.
and we keep that in mind every single time. So yeah.
For sure.
So, Guy asked about camping. So they do have a camping area there. We haven't set up that area because it costs a lot of money, and there's not a lot of people that have really shown interest in the past. But there is a camping site right down the road from the Speedway that a lot of our guests that are campers take advantage of. And so we've been working away with getting feedback on how many people that is and to see whether it's worth it for us to make that investment. But we did it one year and one person showed up to camp. So that wasn't, you know, they had the best time, but it really wasn't, you know, the best way to spend that deal there. But yeah, so there's definitely a camping site right down the road.
Awesome. So before you go, Pedro, we'd love to get your opinion.
Sure.
The new official American Ram Club / Texas Ram Club, kind of the same, kind of not. It's a whole lot of whatever. The new official Texas Ram Club T-shirts are ready for purchase on vinylrex.com. Would you like to see the new shirts?
Yes.
Heck
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Boom. Front.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And back. Boom.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah.
And then for the ladies, boom. And oh, I closed it out. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I lied. Not ready until this weekend.
Sheesh.
I'm sorry, I lied. OMG. No, not ready until this weekend. Okay, it'll be ready this weekend.
You guys got first look into the upcoming release, right? So that's so cool that you need to send me the link and I need to purchase my own, right? So I want one of those. And I'm sure wifey will enjoy the ladies cut that you have as well. So definitely send that to us. You guys are so freaking fast with that you're beating us to the punch with our official merch. So
the Hopkins light speed, they make things happen quick.
I love it, man. Yeah, no. So definitely grab you one of those, and I'll definitely be rocking one. And so that'll be up for grabs here soon, right? You said, and so
Saturday.
Okay.
And we'll post the link up on the Briggs and Jennings show page as well for jumping straight to that. And then Pedro, if you have anything WAM related, Moparian related, WAM merch, because I know I'm going to be buying a bunch. Feel free to send it our way. We'll throw it up on the show page. And Jesse of Vinyl Rex, the one and only Jesse Hopkins, says, I'll send you 2 free shirts, Pedro. I'll message you. Send for his wife a free tee, and we'll reach out to him. She will reach out to you herself. And apparently Kendra wants a trophy.
Kendra, we will have tons of trophies. We're about to release the design for this round, so you'll definitely like it. But Jesse, thank you so much. I like to support as well. So, make sure that you guys send us a link, and we're definitely going to share it with people and see what they want to do. And I love the concept behind it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Kendra, thank you card.
Kendra wants a thank you card from everyone. I mean, she would expect one from anybody, literally anybody. She wants a thank you card.
Here, just private message and just say,
Kendra, send me your info, and I will get a thank you card running. Now I'll have to remember what I'm thanking you for, but I will thank you.
Okay? It doesn't need to say anything. Just thank you, Kendra.
Okay, then that it's on my to-do list. Okay, so send me a message and we'll do that. Ezekiel asked, Mama Murillo serving of tamales. So one of those things, one of those hidden gems. If you guys don't know, because we used to do this years and years ago. But my mom, and I have to say this, right, is the best tamale maker in the world. I'm just
there's a very heated thing about tamales.
I understand, but guess what? There's no fear here because it is proven. It has been proven time and time again. And so to answer the question on whether she will be there is that maybe. And I say maybe because, man, my mama, she I know a lot of people have already given up on COVID world, and the COVID is 2020 thing or whatever, but not for my mama. They are still definitely being very cautious, and even though they would love to come to the show and set up and all that, I'm not 100% there. So we will know as we get closer. But I promise y'all, if she is there, I will make sure that you guys get to have that experience, and you guys can tell me whether or not that's true or not. And so if that happens, I will be teasing you guys with a whole bunch of test tamales that we will do before.
Kendra and I will both pay for tamales. Pedro, you really should line the trunk of your car with like insulating foam and stuff. And you need to be bringing some tamales. I better see the back of that car just sagging.
No, that's the Mopar Enforcer. He's got that rack on top.
There we go. Mopar.
So, well, let me tell you this. When we've done this in the past, my dad had to bring them out in a trailer. And at the end of that show, there was 0 available. So here's what happens a lot of the times is you will test them, right? You grab the tamales and you're so hungry, you'll test them. And before you even leave, you're like, all right, let me get another dozen. And let me get another dozen. And I remember when we did this last, there was a couple that bought like 12 dozen, like it was something massive. And they were like, there's no way we share this. And I was like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, man. So yeah, it's pretty cool. She's all certified and all these really cool things. So you guys won't have to worry about that. But we have to get to the point on whether she'll be there or not. So we'll see about that. But I definitely will be looking for y'all's feedback if y'all get to try them.
I will Venmo you for 2 to 5 dozen tamales right now. If you send me your Venmo, actually, we're gonna wait till Friday. Friday. Friday, I will Venmo you money for tamales if you can guarantee that those tamales will make it to my truck, or at least in my possession. I got you.
I haven't figured out how to legally overnight tamales, but I'm not even sure that's a thing to be able to do, but yeah, no, I've gotten that request many times. And so one of the cool things is that if it's at the show, you won't have to choose, you won't have to worry, just come to the event. You also get the perks of the food, and so anyways, yeah, no, it's a fun thing, and you guys will definitely get to enjoy that if it happens. But yeah, man, it's just so much that goes with it, and that's one of those beautiful things that we have when we do events, right? Is that there's family that comes into this, and there's whether immediate family or extended family, and there's a lot of people like you guys that are wanting to help out bring on this community event. And so, you know, I love that. I love that about this community, and hopefully others have the same thing, because it's such a special thing. So, but Eric, question or answer to that, you know, I'll tell you one thing that my mama does not do. She does not do tamales on a regular basis. You cannot order these or go to a restaurant and find them. This is a truly, if you know, you know kind of thing, right? And so when my mom gets that excitement to do tamales, it is like a flash mob to her area or wherever they're doing them, because she doesn't do them that often, you know. And it takes it's such a prep. I've seen this woman do the setup, and it takes like 2-3 days just to get started on the process, beyond executing and all the stuff that it takes to actually do it. And so it's a big deal. Like I told you, they showed up with a trailer the last time, and they didn't walk away with a single one. So yeah, man, it's been something fun. And you know, I love sharing that any chance I get, because my mom gets such a kick out of it, and so many people are loving on the fact of her experience with doing that. She did that for us as kids, and I gained a lot of weight because of them. And so you know, I will fatten you guys up as much as you want to. You know, no problem doing that.
I live an hour and 36 minutes from Texas Motor Speedway. I will drive for tamales.
All right, bet. So next time,
wherever
mom has them. So next time she does them, I will let you know, and we'll be able to link up, and you can tell me, you know, and you can tell all of our. Here's what we'll do. Next time she does it, you'll just have to throw me on a super quick episode. We'll do them on live, and you can tell the world what you think. All right.
You have to sabe. I'm from San Diego. I'm from San Diego, California. Go down to Barrio Logan. The stuff I want to see. I want to see this tamales.
I got you. We'll make sure we set it up, and then we can have everybody jelly and their mouths watering the whole time you're chomping it up. So we'll do that.
Yes. Oh yes.
But yeah, guys. No, again, thank you so much for this. This has been fun. I'm definitely thankful to be on the show, and you know, I'm looking forward to you guys experiencing the event again, and to hearing all the feedback from all your followers and people that are out there. So my mama's number is not public, so I can't send that out to you. But I will let you guys know I'm like the middleman for tamales. Like I'm your hookup. All right. So you send me a message, and I will get you the information on where you can go pick up your tamales. But
good tamales need a middleman. It's that simple. They need a middleman.
Hold on. Big trucks and autocross, Joshua.
He was one of the guys that I was telling you about that's in the consortium of the big trucks that got cut off last year.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, it wasn't just big trucks that got cut off. Apparently, they had a limit that I wasn't necessarily aware about through the BFG team on what they had decided was going to be allowed, right? Because they also had the mentality of allowing everybody to go in when they want to, and allowing everybody at the show to take part. And so they had limited that feature, and I just, you know, wasn't aware of in that moment. And so by the time I got to understand it, already too late. But I have had that discussion with them to where, Joshua, if you want to go run the whole day, burn up them tires, bro, it is for you, you know. And I just want you to know that you have to improve, you know. And so we will time it for you, and you better be doing good. But yeah, man, no, we want you guys to experience and take advantage of the show in whichever way. And autocross for us, as long as it's not backed up, or as long as it's not too crazy with people waiting or whatever, then, you know, I feel that you guys should be able to run all day. And so I do have a sponsor, BMBF Goodrich, that is in charge of that area, and we don't want you to be salty. So I've discussed it with them, and it doesn't seem to be an issue as we move forward. It just has to be one of those discussions that I had with them, and we're planning that. And so by the way, just to add to that, part of the reason why they wanted to limit it was because we had the same line going for the the rides that you can jump on along with the drivers that were experiencing it in their own vehicles. And so instead of putting them in the same line now, one of the things we're doing is separating it. So there'll be a line for our drivers and there'll be a line for you guys. And then you'll just go back to back, right? And so that'll give you guys the opportunity to be on there a little longer, to do more runs, and to experience that. And so we definitely want to see you guys as active as you can be on there. And guess what? Our media team will be out there covering that. And so don't suck, because we will record it all.
Fuck.
Oh, this
Yeah.
year, no 4x4 this year. Last year, I did 4x4. Bad idea. I'm going to have my ass in just... I got to make around those cones. They were killing me. I was like, I'm not going to be the guy that barrels over the cones. I'm going to go around them. And that 4x messed me up. I was like, this is good. Traction. Yeah, no, not so much.
Yeah, man, you gotta learn it, and there's so many cool things about it. And by the way, there's so many experienced drivers that if you need some tips or whatever, you can reach out to our team, of people that are out there. Or I'm sure there has to be some Ram truck owners that autocross their trucks, right? And so you can find those individuals and say, hey, I'm prepping for this thing, show me how to do it. And so either way, man, you guys should have a great time out there, and I want to make sure that your experience is great, and that you are not salty. And so, hey, by the way, Brian Garcia is on here, which is Lerdahl Racing. He is one of our drivers, and just dropped the bomb. He said he's building his Daytona Ram, to be an autocross truck.
Snap.
And so, Brian, I'm not sure how you're going to race two vehicles at our show in the future, but I definitely want that truck to be out there, because that would be such an amazing thing to be able to showcase that. So,
Yes.
but yeah, man. So, Brian is here, so reach out to him and he can definitely answer that for you. And guys, by the way, to throw out another suggestion is I would bring on Brian to one of your future shows. And talk to him about that build. That would be legit for the Ram community. And so, we can force him to agree on live video that he will do it for us, and that he will be at the WAM show. So yeah,
yes,
so that'd be dope.
I'm gonna work on. I gotta go into the Facebook to get to his comment. But Brian, you're not off the hook. We're just going to get you scheduled. So just know that you're on. It's not an option at this point. Pedro's called you out, so it's got to happen now.
Got to be, man. You guys will get to experience Brian, man. He's one of my favorite people out there, and just a very genuine guy. Whether you're talking about his Challenger, or whether you're talking about his trucks, and Jeeps. He's a Jeep owner as well. So really cool dude. You guys will get to know him better. But if you're not already following him on Instagram or any of his social pages, make sure you do that with Lerdahl Racing. You'll get to see the type of individual he is, and also a veteran, right? So I just love being able to connect with so many people, and we got to hang out at not only the show but at SEMA last year, and we ate some tacos together. So he's really cool.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Pedro. This has been awesome. We'd love to have you on, maybe just before WAM tickets sell out, if you do sell out, and then definitely a recap after the fact. I don't know if you're dipping off right now, but I have 6 beers that I need to go get rid of. I will be right back. But if you dip,
I'll wait for you.
I'll be right back.
Go.
Yeah, I got you.
Good Lord.
Man, I feel like you've been quiet all day, bro. You gotta tell me something.
I had all the questions at the beginning.
Yeah. No, that's one of those things that I said. I said, man, I haven't done a live video, but I bet you once I get going, I won't shut up. And so that's what I used to say before. So, but it's cool, man, because you get a whole bunch of info and excitement with these shows, and when you're really passionate about something you're doing, it shows. And so you guys want to talk about WAM, I'll talk about WAM, so.
Yeah, we definitely got to have you back on.
Oriana, you really just agreed to I won't shut up. Man, it's true though. It's true. So I can be a talker. Kevin, changing time of year, yes, has been a big discussion. As we mentioned earlier, location and dates is a very hard thing to come across right now. And so yes, we're definitely looking at options, and that's why for this year, with the limitations we were faced with, we have changed it to a night show, and so that'll hopefully help and prep for what we're hoping to accomplish for future events. So definitely, we're Texans, but we're not crazy, man. We don't like the heat either. So so yes, so um, like, did you see this last comment? Can you throw that up on the screen, please?
I don't have control, man.
You don't have the control. Ah, see, he needs to come back over there.
Is that your wife?
Yes, wifey up here talk about how can I volunteer. I didn't even know she was watching or not. But yeah, man. Miss Murillo, you can volunteer when my wife has the sign up genius set up for us, which will allow you guys to take part in the show. And so there are a lot of volunteer positions that people can experience. Mr. Briggs, can you pull up that comment that you see right at the end there? There
This
you go.
one
See,
or this one?
well,
No.
both of them, but the other one for sure. Yeah, this is my wifey, right? And so hopefully in the future, we volunteered Brian earlier to be on the show. I think that you guys should have Sensita on the show, being
yes.
the main organizer of WAM show, and just being, you know, that whole lady driven girl power kind of stuff going on, you know, and I think it would be a fun element for you guys to see. And she also runs the Ladies of Mopar community group on Facebook that has thousands of ladies that are Mopar owners, Ram owners, and brings in such a fun community. And I am the only guy that is in there because it is a ladies group, right? And so as the only guy, I'm more tech support, and I'll jump in there every once in a while. But I'll tell you, and I've said this a whole bunch of times, I prefer being in her group than I prefer being in Mopar Octane. Just to throw that out there because they're so nice over there. They're always complimenting each other, and they always got really nice things to say. And look, you can see the last comment that's on there, Jesse, which is our other organizer there. Jesse, my nephew, Lens Ready or Mopar Jesus on Instagram, whichever one you want to follow. But he is not the first, but definitely one of the individuals, the guys that was able to sneak in. Actually, Jesse, were you the first one? Actually, I think so because they have a really good security team. You can't even get through them to be able to get in that group. So I think Jesse was officially the first guy to get kicked out of the Ladies of Mopar group, group or whatever. So but there's such a different element, and being able to see all that kind of come together and all the ladies come into the show, and there's even a ladies gathering that happens at WAM that all the guys try to get into, of course, but it's not a dating site, it's more of just a hangout site. But yeah, so there's so much that happens, and so many different communities and individuals that come together, whether you're talking brand specific or just guys and girls, man, or men and ladies, but
something we've been talking about, kind of getting a lady on here that, I mean, she would be perfect. We got to discuss that more.
Yeah, no, she's available. I will volunteer her for that, and she'll probably come tell me something here in a bit. But for now, guys, all in.
We'll have to get a date going.
Yes. But yeah, no. So so much fun stuff, and like I said, we can go at it for hours, man. But I'm really excited for you guys to continue experiencing what we've been working on, and what the entire team has been doing to make sure your WAM experience is the best ever. And so yeah, so tons of fun things happen.
Awesome. Well, I think we ran way schedule.
Oh yeah, that schedule went out the window back at 7:20. So
Really, we want you to come back before WAM starts.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know,
Right, anytime you want to, anytime. Just let
yeah,
us.
no,
Yeah.
we'll make it happen, guys. I mean, for me, you know, I'm really enjoying the vibe here. I'm really enjoying being able to, you know, shoot the shit with you guys and have some fun. So, you know, I am on my diet life, so I'm not drinking a beer or anything right now. But next time, I'll you know, I'll throw down with you guys. But
Sweet.
trying to get selfie ready for WAM, right? So yeah, no, fun life. But
I've been
yeah, man.
hearing
So
vodka tonics work on diets. It works for
let's
my
do it.
diabetic brother-in-law.
Let's do it. You know, when I see you at the show, especially, we'll have to drink some stuff together, man. We'll be good. So
I usually bring something. Don't judge. I usually bring stuff just in case.
He's hydrated. That's
yeah. Just keep drinking. Whether it's one thing or another, just don't pass out. We're good. And if you do, we have
I
the
always
energy.
hydrate. I always
Nope.
hydrate. So you know, I got all my Coors Light.
Well, I mean that is fancy water, so it's cool. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a seltzer, I mean, I think I'm okay.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I look at this comment. The last one. No, man, thank you guys for having us on and for wanting to hear more about it. You know, we're about to start ramping up our discussions. You'll be seeing a lot of live videos on our pages, of course, and I think you guys just unleashed something which hasn't been done in years, which is me talking all over the internet. And so, you know, I'm getting more comfortable. We're getting excited. We'll have to do some more stuff together, and we're gonna continue talking about WAM because man, it's just a fun thing to do, you know. And this is Jason, an annual event, so you know, I know things happen, and you know, sometimes you're not able to make it, or things change or whatever, but we'd love to have you for this round, and of course, you know, in the future. And so you know, every year we look at what we can do to enhance your experience and to take the feedback from everybody, good or bad, and see how we can run it into making it such a better show. So yeah, so no, we'll definitely be expecting you out for the next round, Jason, and we will have learned so much more so that we can make your experience the best.
and so
Awesome.
everyone knows your Facebook page, Moparian.
Yep,
Shoot them a follow on Facebook. You have Instagram with Moparian?
I do. I have it's Mr. Moparian on Instagram.
Okay.
So somebody stole Moparian before I jumped over on IG years and years ago. So we went the Mr. route. But yeah, no, man, there's so many different ways, and of course, if you aren't already following the WAM show, make sure you jump on there because that's primary for everything WAM, of course. And so there's a ton of guests, you know, guests that are coming up. There are tons of features and experiences and RCs and vendors and all these different things that we haven't even started to scratch the surface on letting you guys know what's going on about the show. And so you guys are about to jump into that as we get rolling. And so today, just actually about less than an hour before we jumped on here, our early pricing ended because we hit our tier, and so it's tiered for tickets. And so tickets are still available. They're obviously still cheaper than as you get closer to the show. And just a reminder, we do not sell tickets for vehicle registration at the gate, right? We want to make sure everybody plans their entry. Everybody plans for what they're doing. Now, if you show up late and you still want to enter, there's spectator tickets, so you can take advantage of that. But for vehicle entry, you want to make sure you get registered early so that we can plan better to have you at the show, right? And so a lot of events, when they go into an event or into an event weekend, they don't know whether to plan for 300 cars or 3,000 cars. And it makes such a big difference by the team or the food vendors or the staff and everything else as well. And so by doing that, it allows us to prepare better for you guys. So yeah, you know, let us know, get registered, take advantage of the deals and the activities within the show. And I promise you that the value will be there for you guys on what you're doing at WAM.
Awesome.
For sure. For sure.
Pedro, thanks.
Awesome stuff.
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks a bunch, man. That was awesome.
Of course, guys. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future for you guys as well. I, since you guys have reached out, I've started watching the show, and I love being able to interact. I love what you guys are doing. So anytime we can support or be a part of it, we want to make sure that we're jumping in to help you guys expand your audience as well. More people need to know about your show, and we're going to make sure that we're doing that as well. And so as we can,
awesome.
Let people know with our platforms and everything, we're going to continue. So I'm not sure how many people were watching today because we were, heading to 2 hours or whatever, but obviously want to make sure that your time is valuable. And, beyond this, if you didn't get to hear the whole video, you'll be able to hear it again. But if there wasn't an answer that you were hoping for, or if you have more questions for the show, we are available pretty much 24/7, whether you're reaching out directly to me or the WAM show or my nephew or my wife. We are always ready to help it make sure that your answers are there and that you get to plan accordingly for your weekend. It's very important for us. So, but yeah, man. So, Kevin, not sure what Bet6 is, but, send me a message if we can donate something to help out a charity or whatever group it is. We definitely like to help out.
BetTick is kind of like a ticket master for veterans.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you send me the info on that, and however we can go about, providing tickets. Somebody reached out to me the other day about kiddos that were in homes and in different services as well, that they wanted to bring out to the show so they can experience it. And we talked to them about being able to work with them on the bus to have them at the show or something, So obviously for kids it's a little different because it's also a night show and there's different elements that go with that, being a night event. But yeah, man, I send me some more details, whatever we can do to get more vets out there and give people the opportunity to experience this. We're all about that. We've donated tons and tons of different tickets to make sure that people get to experience the show.
Right. That's awesome.
For sure. Awesome.
Giveaway we do.
Like I said earlier, Pedro,
if you want to hang out, we're gonna do the giveaway.
Yeah, I'm here with you guys. You guys do your thing. I'm hanging out.
Let's do the giveaway.
Sweet. Okay. So for those of you that, sorry, go ahead, Nate.
No, after you, sir.
All I was going to say was the general rules of the game. If you've been here before, you know this works. You know what you're supposed to do right now, so start doing it. If you're new to the show, essentially, because we can't see everybody who's viewing, your job, whether you like it or not, if you want to be in the giveaway, you need to comment with your name so that we get you. So we know that Kim S is here, or Kimberly SS. So Kimberly SS is here.
Now that dial-up's starting to...
Lack of... Oh, my dial-up is working. Going into
Bro, we're gonna have to upgrade you on the internet, man. Well, I want that face crystal clear,
bro. Bro, well, first I couldn't get my other camera to work, and second, Pedro, seriously, I have looked, I have tried. So essentially, comment with your name. If I get to a point where I haven't added your name, with your name, I'll get you eventually.
Sounds like T-Pain singing.
It does. I was gonna say that. Like it sounds like you're about to drop a beat too.
Oh boy, he gone. No.
Is that it?
He's hanging on by a thread.
Man.
Lauren says me. Eric said he needs 30 more minutes on that AOL CD.
That's funny.
Oh.
So I got a question for you guys while we're sitting here waiting on the internet. So more for you, Mr. Jennings, because we're not gonna get him on. But have you ever done a show, your own show, where somebody is featuring you guys to talk about why you started the show?
Nope.
See, we got to do that. Just saying.
Put the script a little bit, huh?
Yeah, man. We got to put you guys in the hot seat. Yeah.
Hey, we're always, it's all about
Oh boy.
Yeah, but that'd be cool, man. Because again,
Mom, I have called.
He's finally hearing what we said 10 minutes ago.
Oh man. Sorry, man. I know it has to be frustrating. I remember when I had AOL dial-up when I was a teenager. I had to wait for my mama to get off the phone so I could use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then your phone line was busy because your computer.
You got the dial-up. Yeah.
ARC haters will show up outside or what? He brought that Cali internet to Texas. Hey Kendra, I'm in Cali. Look how clear my
tower mounted on my roof, and it'll all last maybe a year. It's ridiculous.
You sound like a villain. You know what I mean? Like a villain that's about to like destroy something.
Like the Charlie Brown on the phone.
Yeah. You have to do like a recorded video. Oh, there it goes.
Here you go.
Yeah, there we went.
He doesn't have he's not on the right Wi-Fi. That's what he always says. ARC pages.
Wi-Fi, you never know. Okay. Can you guys hear me at least?
We can. We can definitely hear.
So,
I actually like this. A nice review.
Okay. So far we have Kimberly SS, Guy, thank you Kendra, David Spicy Thompson, Oriana, Brandon Star Wars, Pegleg, Lauren, Ezekiel, Odin, Kevin Hall, Jason, Eric Demhose, and Mom.
Did you say Brandon? Or...
Brandon. Hang on just a second.
Scout Trooper.
Crazy. And the internet. Okay. Anybody else? I have 23 viewers, 14 names. Anybody else?
F.
I got Lauren.
You got Oriana.
Got Oriana.
Jason Estes.
I got Jason.
You got Ezekiel.
I got Ezekiel.
Sean, Jordan.
Yep. Peg leg.
Kevin Hall.
Yes, sir.
All right, I think that's everyone.
So what are they
Hopkins
winning?
and Hopkins
They win
tonight.
a T-shirt from Accessory.Parts, from Accessory.Parts.
Oh, nice.
That is who sponsors our show.
Thank you, darling.
Hi, Nate.
Hello.
Courtney says hi. He says hello. You got to say hi to Pedro.
Hi, Pedro.
Hi, Courtney. We can see you.
Oh
Hi,
my God.
Yeah. Yeah, my internet's now going to crash again.
Look, when I tend to have Courtney, don't leave yet. When I tend to have a problem that I don't fix for a very long time, I tend to ask my wife for help. So, you know, Mr. Briggs, can you ask your wifey to fix that internet problem for you? It might go faster.
Tell her to go out the stick up in the air.
Yeah, just
Move them rabbit ears a little.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I asked her, and then she came up with a solution, and then that went to hell in a handbasket, and then it's bounced back to me.
man.
And all I got is a 50-foot tower on top of my house. It's going to work for maybe a year until the trees grow taller. So, okay. 15 names on here. Maybe it's the camera. I don't know.
Let's go for
Okay.
it.
Here we go. We'll see if the internet works for the spin.
Not work. Just let us know.
Oh! Eric Demhose.
Eric Hose wins.
Eric Demhose. Oh, snap.
Congrats.
Snap.
Eric, I am pretty sure that is not your last name, sir.
It is.
It is?
It
Yeah.
is.
Like legit? No joke.
Yeah.
There
Man,
was
Eric
issue with
Hose.
personalized license plates.
I swear I thought he just came up with a really cool name to drop on you guys so that you could say it on live.
Nope. He is. He used to be the American Club president.
No joke. I do remember. I do remember actually. Eric, cool name.
Awesome, awesome.
I think this is a good spot to call it an evening.
Well, actually, we're going to call an audible.
Oh,
Eric just said he has an AP shirt if you want to pull a second winner.
oh.
Oh, snaps.
Oh, snap. Well, then.
Let's go for
Like I
winner
said,
number 2.
curveball.
You go for
All
like
right,
the
let's
next.
see. All right, here we go.
Oh, the wind must be blowing the right way. You're starting to get a little bit better. Odin.
Oh, my goodness. Odin.
Congratulations, Odin. I'm a winner in my
Eric,
heart.
you're
though.
always a winner. Oh, Pedro, Eric had a really fun incident at WAM last year.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
he had a couple incidents, didn't
Yeah. I just
Can
recall
you-
the one where he didn't see the Bullard little pylon thing at the hotel, and it jumped out of nowhere and it bit the side of his truck. And
Wait, the what? The what? Hold on. Tell me again.
So at his hotel, one of the little concrete pylons, all of them except for one had a light up at the top. except for this last. And he
damn.
got close, and it was really hungry, and it jumped out, and it ate the side of his truck.
Oh, damn hungry things.
And he fixed the problem
Hungry things. He said he was pulling.
by putting a Band-Aid decal over it. It was fantastic.
Isn't that how you fix everything? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Band-Aid
You can
decals
just-
and PVC pipe.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You just put on one of those bad flags on there or something, and then you're covered up.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I assume that's why there's a lot of flags. Hi, baby. Look at this. Look at Ollie. What is it? What's going on?
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Guys.
What's up, Mom?
Oh, you're not trying to come over here?
No.
Oh,
No.
she says she's waiting on her appearance for the next show. But
Her appearance here.
this is Ollie. Ollie is going to sleep because he is on his last week of school.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Are you ready for school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go learn.
Guys.
Yeah, say bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hold on.
Bye,
Say,
buddy.
say our line. Say
Bye,
Mopar.
buddy.
Bye.
No, say Mopar or no
No.
car, and then we'll say truck.
Mopar.
Truck. Yeah, good job. Good night.
Raising him right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was watching my Ninja Turtles today too. So we,
Yeah, me
yeah.
too.
Say turtle power.
He's ready to go.
All right, baby. Go to sleep. Say bye-bye. Oh. Well, he wants me to come too, guys. So I'm about to jet out of here. But
Awesome.
but no, again, thank you guys so much for the invite. It's been a really good, experience, and I'm excited for you guys to also chat with Sencita and obviously Brian and a whole bunch of people, man. I think there's so many individuals that make up this community that are, just interesting people to be able to chat with. And so you guys have really dialed in such a special show and an experience for people, and I'm excited for what that brings. So however I can be of assistance to you guys, just let me know. Obviously I want you guys to be guests for the WAM show and to be a part of that in whatever capacity and fun way that we talked about earlier. But definitely, guys, you guys are family to us now, and we definitely love to be able to continue enhancing not only the experience of all your watchers, but of the RAM community as a whole, and for everybody else, of course. But thank you guys again for reaching out and for allowing us to have this chat. And I will look forward to seeing you guys at the WAM show this Labor Day weekend.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Pedro.
No problem, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks so much, Pedro. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Hi, David Thompson.
Oh boy,
Hi,
here
Lori.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for the evening. To answer a myriad of questions all in one, the PVC is gone. The truck is running like a champ. It has a new exhaust on it. Hopefully soon it'll have a new tip on it.
We're not getting a divorce because of it anymore.
Yep, we're solid.
Oh, Michelle Harbor Derby's on.
Oh, Michelle Berduber has joined us.
A bit late.
Right. Mr. Odin, if you would please send Nate your shirt size, phone number, email, and mailing address, then we can get your shirt out to you.
Where is Oda? Is he part of the Houston chapter?
I'm not sure.
Oh, there's Andrea. She says hi, Court.
Andrea's here.
Hi, Andrea.
Oh.
All right.
Got action.
Oh, and here comes Rue.
Hi, Rue.
Hi.
So we got it. We got an ice cream milkshake maker.
Are
So
you gonna
my
make me one when we come to visit?
Yeah, my waistline is going to be real big.
By the way, that's so my health.
Can't even suck it down. All right. Well, let's call it a night. Thanks, everyone.
Let's call it. Yeah,
Bye.
definitely. Sorry we didn't get to the roast tonight. We'll get to it next week.
We have a special guest coming.
Oh, we do?
Waiting. They want to see your fancy hair.
Hi.
Hi.
She got her hair did yesterday.
Oh.
Ooh.
Red is my shirt.
Oh, Stancy.
Mhm.
It is not as red as your shirt.
It's not. It's fire red. Not red.
No, Jason. No after a show tonight.
Oh, so does that mean we can
No.
go to
I need to go and make poor choices and regret myself. So, yeah.
All right. Well, until next week, man.
Oh, snap. All right, all have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.